Welcome back, or if you're just joining us, good morning to you. It's 4:44 on a Friday. That is starting off mostly quiet across the area, and the weather does look like it's going to be on the quiet side as we head through the weekend. I want to show you a live view this morning. If you are driving across the Crescent City Connection, it is lit up this morning as a rainbow. So pretty cool sight there. The other night the colors were changing around some, so pretty cool what they can do with that. All right, our current temperatures, it's 70 in Bogalusa, at 69 in Macomb. The further north you go, the better it feels this morning. The further south, you run back into the humidity, so it's still quite warm and humid on the South Shore, but the North Shore, it's not a bad way to kick off a Friday. I do have a couple showers on radar. I've been tracking these down in Terrebonne and Lower Lafourche. Those have now moved past Port Fourchon and Lower Lafourche, so a little bit wet down there from these, but these will continue to move out into the Gulf and dissipate. And other than that, I really don't think we see much rain today. It's going to be a hot one. 92 this afternoon, feeling like about 98. There is a 10% chance of rain, but that's it. Not much rain in the forecast, and overall, it's just going to be a summertime day. If you're heading out this evening, Friday night football, you can see temperatures drop into the 80s. We'll be in the mid 80s as we're out there for the game, so it'll be warm, but shouldn't be too bad. A little bit muggy here on the South Shore, but feeling nicer the further north you get. Football across the region tomorrow and Sunday. If you're heading out to Lafayette for Tulane, it'll be a hot one. 91 in the stadium there, or the arena. 93 up in Baton Rouge. It will be very hot for the game. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water here. And then Sunday for the Saints game, tailgating that morning should be quite nice. And then that afternoon, about 90 degrees or so. Out in the tropics, here's what we're tracking. That tropical development, which is possible in the southern Gulf and the northern Caribbean. The deal is the development of all this is going to be very slow. We're probably not going to have really anything through the weekend. It's next week that we start to see that development happen, and really nothing happening until next week. The impacts from all this, the location of where this is all headed is still very unclear, just simply because there is nothing really happening down here. Now, what we're going to be watching over the next few days are these areas of showers and storms that are going to blossom. They're going to come up and down, and eventually one of those may try to start to slowly organize. We do think that would probably happen next week, but you can see the thinking really hasn't changed here. Our confidence hasn't grown that we're definitely going to see a storm form from this. The Hurricane Center is still sitting at 40%. Mainly as we head into next week. Now, when you look at all of our models, and I try to plot every single model that I really look at for hurricane forecasting, the American GFS, the new European AI model, the Canadian model, the German model, we have so many models that we look at that we typically don't show. But you can see a general trend of them pulling the moisture to the north. The big question is, where does that moisture come? Does it come towards us, or does it head mainly towards Florida? And it depends on where this center comes together. If it's further to the east over here, then it'd probably be a Florida situation. But if we get something maybe down in the Bay of Campeche, the Yucatan, we may see a closer scenario for us. And this would be towards the end of next week. So a solid 7 days from now to watch and see how that all plays out. But for now, we just got a hot forecast. We've got a hot and dry weekend. Shouldn't be too bad, though, for any events going on with the dry weather. Fall is welcomed on Sunday with a high near 90 degrees, so no fall weather just yet. And then next week, we'll be keeping an eye on the tropics. If we are going to see any impacts from that tropical moisture or tropical system, it would likely be towards the end of next week.